Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Siti Norfita Sari and I'm from class 4A of English Education Department, State Islamic University of Sultan Syarif Kasim Riau. And then on this video, I would like to tell you about some information from the article. And then I wanna analyze the article that I read. Before I analyze, let me read the article first. The title of my article is Unrealized Gain Tax is an Economic Fallacy. Taxing unrealized capital gains on property, stocks, and other assets is not just a bad idea. It's an economic fallacy that undermines economic growth and personal liberty. Unfortunately, President Biden's $7.3 trillion budget proposes such a federal tax. Vermont and 10 other states have made similar moves. This tax should be rejected as it is fundamentally unjust, likely unconstitutional, and will hinder prosperity and individual freedom. A tax on unrealized capital gains means that individuals are penalized for owning appreciating assets, regardless of whether they have realized any actual income from selling them. If you purchase a stock for $100 this year, for example, and it increased to $110 next year, you would pay the assigned tax rate on the $10 capital gains. You didn't sell the assets, so you don't realize the $10 appreciation, but must pay the tax regardless. The following years, it dropped to $100, so there was a loss of $10. Would you be able to deduct that loss from your tax liability? The devil is in the details of the approach to this tax, but the devil is also in the tax itself. Taxing unrealized capital gains contradict the basic principle of fairness and property right essential for a free and prosperous society. Taxation, if we're going to have it on income, should be based on actual income earned, not on paper gains they may never materialize. Moreover, taxing unrealized gains hurt economic activity by discouraging investment and capital formation, the lifeblood of a dynamic economy. When individuals know their unrealized gains will be taxed, they have less incentive to invest in productive assets such as stock, real estate, or businesses. This leads to a misallocation of resources and slower economic growth. Additionally, this tax reduces the capital available for entrepreneurship and innovation. Startups and small businesses often rely on investment from individuals willing to take risks in the hope of eventually earning a return on their investment. By taxing unrealized capital gains, we discourage risk-taking and stifle innovation, essential elements for improving productivity and rising living standards. The tax undermines personal liberty by infringing on individuals' property rights and financial privacy. And then it gives the government unprecedented control over people's assets and creates a powerful disincentive for individuals to save and invest. This is particularly troublesome in an era of increasing government surveillance and intrusion into private affairs. Proponents of taxing unrealized capital gains argue that it is a way to address income inequality and raise revenue for social programs. This argument can't withstand scrutiny. This tax does little to address the root causes of income inequality, such as government failures in fiscal and monetary policies. Instead, this new tax would merely redistribute wealth from productive individuals to the government, thereby further misallocating hard earned money. Furthermore, the tax revenue rises from this tax will be far less than proponents anticipate, as individuals will work less, invest less, and find ways to avoid such taxes through legal paths. This would result in less economic prosperity and a resulting decline in tax collection. And from an economic and moral perspective, taxing unrealized capital gains from property, stocks, and other assets is a bad idea. It undermines economic growth, stifles innovation, and infringes on personal liberty. Instead of resorting to the misguided policies of the Biden administration and some states, we should remove barriers created by the government. These include reducing spending, taxes, and regulation. We should also impose fiscal and monetary rules, achieving these goals and ending the bad idea of a new tax on unrealized capital gains will encourage investment, entrepreneurship, and economic opportunity for all. Only they can we truly unleash the potential of a free and prosperous society. So we come to the next. I would like to analyze the article that I read before. So the article discusses the proposal to impose taxes on unrealized capital gains on property, stocks, and other assets. And then the author argues that such a tax is not just a bad idea, but also an economic policy that undermines economic growth and personal liberty. It is not that this tax proposal has been put forth by President Biden in a budget of 7.3 trillion and has also been adopted by Vermont and 10 other states. And then the author explained that taxing unrealized capital gains would have negative implications, including unfairness, hindrance to economic activity, reduction of capital available for innovation and entrepreneurship, and infringement upon individual property rights and financial privacy. Furthermore, it is pointed out that such a tax is ineffective in addressing income inequality and would merely redistribute wealth from productive individuals to the government, and without tackling the root causes of income inequality. And then additionally, the expected revenue from this tax is estimated to be much lower than anticipated by its proponents, as individuals are likely to work less, invest less, and seek ways to avoid such taxes. And then in conclusion, the author emphasizes that taxing unrealized capital gains is a flawed idea and should be rejected. Instead, the focus should be on removing barriers created by the governments, such as reducing spending, taxes, and regulation, and implementing appropriate fiscal and monetary rules. And this is expected to encourage investment, entrepreneurship, and economic opportunity, thereby creating a free and prosperous society. I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching this video. I close. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.